ITA, we are Group 4 from the SC2207 Database Lab Group REP. Today we will go through the Lab 5 submission of our group, which involves the SQL queries on the database we created based on the schema from the first 4 labs. So in question 1, we need to list the properties for sale in AlmoQ that have 20 years or less remaining on their tenure. We filter the properties based on the street name that involves the phrase AlmoQ and the tenure less than 20 years. And then our properties for sale involves the table listing and sale listing. So we equate the property postcode to the listings postcode to ensure that they are indeed properties for sale. So when we execute the code, we can see this. We display all the attributes of the properties. And then we can see that in our street names, they always have AlmoQ inside, and the tenure is always 20 years or less. So for question 2, we need to generate a statistic showing the number of listings categorized by property type and furnished status between the date 1st Jan 2022 to 31st December 2023. And so the furnished status of our property is whether it has AC or has utilities. And these two columns can contain null values. And then the property type is selected because we need to categorize based on that. And then the date is filtered within the correct range. And then when we execute, we can see that the number of properties that fulfill the following characteristics will be shown here. So some properties have no AC and no utilities. And the type we enumerate it based on, we enumerate the 3 types with 3 digits, 1, 2, and 3. So that's how it looks like. And then on to question 3. So question 3, we need to show the agency's name, manager name, year, and the total sales amount for each agency by year. The total sales amount reflects the cumulative property sales prices. And then we arrange the list chronologically from the earliest year, and the sales amount is in descending order. So year is ascending, sale is descending, and that's shown in the conditions here. And then to calculate the sales amount, we do a sum of the sales price that they completed. And then we equate the engagement with the property as ID to ensure that this property has been engaged by both the agent and some of his or her customers. And the status must be a deal completed because otherwise the property won't be sold and there won't be any sales contributed. And so when we run it, we get to see this. So the year is indeed in ascending order. And then the sales amount is in descending order. And now on to question 4. So question 4, we need to list all customers' name, email, and their engagement information where they have initiated a chat with the agent and complete appointment but did not complete the deal. So we use the distinct engagement status and the appointment status, the property name, the person's name, sorry, and the user's email. And then we filter by the engagement agent is the same as the appointment agent, and the status is that the appointment has been completed, but the deal is not completed. And then we equate the persons to the NRIC, and then the customer is essentially the customer NRIC in the engagement table must match the one in the customers table. And then we ensure that they always have some chat messages that has been initiated. So we have this condition here. So we can see that in the output, the appointment's been completed, but the deal is not completed, and the name of the customers is all shown here as well as their respective emails. Now on to question 5. So question 5, we need to identify the top 3 most engaging agents with a valid license for each year in this year range, and the engagement of the agent is measured by the number of appointments they finished, and inside each appointment they must at least have 2 chat messages. And then we need to display their name, license, validity, and affiliation. So here we select the name, validity, and the agency they belong to, which is their affiliation and the number of successful appointments, and also the year. And so we select the agent's NRIC, the date in this format, and then the appointment whose CM means that the appointment must have at least 2 chat messages. And the RN here is the roll number. Then we partition based on this format. And then in the agents, we select the appointment, and then we do a left outer join with chat messages to compare and filter out the appointments that have at least 2 chat messages. And then we also filter based on the time as well as the engagement ID must match with the appointment ID. The engagements agent NRIC must match with the appointment agent's NRIC to ensure that it's the same agent that carry out both the engagement and the appointment. And the customer must also be the same customer. So that's essentially what the above code does. So it completes the appointment with at least 2 chat messages. Deal is completed, and it's completed between a valid year range. And then we do a and then we find the full list of agent plus their year plus the number of successful appointments when the agents have a practicing license. So here is denoted by a binary bit, the Boolean value of true or false. So if it's the agent has a valid license, the corresponding digit will be 1. And then we truncate the list will only get the top 3 in each year. So when we run it, we can see that the top 3 in each year has been shown. So it has, so the first, in 2020, the first agent managed to get 28 appointments, and the second one got 26. And then it's by year from 2020 to 2023. And then in each year, we can see that the top one always has the highest number of appointments, and then it goes down. And lastly, we create is the question that wants us to create a trigger to calculate the total views for all the properties and update the engagement status accordingly. So here is we create a trigger based on the viewing because the trigger needs to calculate the total views, and then we update the engagement by updating E. So we set a view count equals engagement count, and then we group by all the attributes under views to find the view counts per engagement. And then here are the restrictions to make sure that the engagement SID is indeed the same as the views SID, and then they also have the same agent, the same customer. So, and then we do a counting. And to test it, first we delete some data from our original database, and then we try to insert the new data here, which inserts the engagement status. It's a new engagement status, this line. And then after that, we insert another one, and then we see whether the view count changes. So when we execute, right, we can see that, so when the first one has been put inside the database, the view count back then was 6. And then when we input another one inside, the view count has increased by 1. Now it's 7. So it shows that our trigger is indeed working. So that's our showcase for all the questions in Appendix B. Thank you.